Okay. Did this work? Okay, I think this worked. I'm playing New Vegas today. After like a bajillion times, we were playing New Vegas today. This better capture the game, or else I'm just not gonna stream and just like be super mad. Alright, it did it. It did the thing. It did the funny. So, last time we left off, we were contacting the Brotherhood of Steel, and after that, I didn't play for like 1, maybe 2 months, and it had to have been 3. I streamed like 2 more games after that. But basically, I beat the game. What I did is I sided with the NCR, and I eliminated Caesar's Legion from Hoover Dam.
What?
So I think we're just doing like side missions now.
You did? Oh, that's great. Thank you. I'm out of this crummy camp.
So what happened there was that these are the Great Khans. They were back in Fallout 2, and they were referenced as the New Khans. But in Fallout New Vegas, they are the Great Khans. What happened was I had to get them to not side with the with Caesar's Legion, and they were going to side, but I had to convince like 4 people to tell Papa Khan not to side with them. And so what eventually happened is they left. All right, hold on, I should go in here. But yeah, what basically happened was the kid was like, "I need to get out of this place." Like, I was like, "Oh, okay." So I talked to the like leaders of the apocalypse is what I think they're called. I'm definitely wrong. But what I'm positive about is that I got the kid to become a new member of them.
One bad thing about the brings all the.
But now I'm looking for a new mission to do, and I think there's a few in the thorns to do. So yeah, but I did finish the game. I was thinking
I'd remember if I had seen you here before. I'm sure of it. What do you want? The clamor of our bloodthirsty crowds reaches every corner of the Wasteland. But I'll pretend that your ignorance doesn't offend me, stranger. This is the Thorn. Here's where the strong...
That's an epic idea. I should stream.
Fed to the jaws of
I should
hell.
Totally stream or upload a video of a new Fallout New Vegas playthrough, and I'll side with Caesar's Legion.
Demands respect. Break the rules or offend me in any way, and I'll gut you open for all to see. What's on your mind? Bold, as it pleases the Thorn and me. But it does take more than that to earn my admiration. You speak like a hunter, yet only actions prove one's worth. The Thorn requires a tribute of blood, and so do I. Think you have what it takes? All right. Prove your worth, and I'll reward your service. The Thorn needs newborn specimens that will one day grow to honor us with their
This is the
blood.
mission I was looking for.
Bring me a dozen giant mantises' eggs. If you accomplish this, I might gift you with greater tasks in the future. You'll find egg-carrying mantises in the Wasteland, but a wise hunter would search at a mantis's breeding ground, like the nearby ruins of Vault 22. You've got yourself a deal. So long, stranger.
Also, I want to let you guys know that I'm a cap god. I'm so good at getting caps. I'm just godly at it, you know. I can always drive a good bargain, get good prices on stuff. I'm just like let's look at my caps right now. Let me 5,413. That's kind of a lot. don't go talk to any Fallout experts because they'll say otherwise, but they're probably just not experts then if they're saying I'm not doing it good. Where did I come from? Oh, there it is. But yeah, one thing I do not like about this game is at the end. So until this game was like really epic. That's also a cool mission I did. But one things I didn't like about the game is when it's at the end and they give you like the whole like what happened like after you sided with the, so just after you beat the game and then all your choices like come to like a conclusion. After everything comes to a conclusion, you can't go back because it makes like so many choices for you already, which I didn't find was very epic. You can't in Fallout 4 when you finish the game, the story to it allows you to you can go back without having to load a previous save up. You can like finish the main story and then go back, or finish the main story and then continue to do side quests. But with this one, when you finish the game, you have to like go back to a previous load. So you kind of have to do everything and then beat the main mission. So I'm just trying to look for like pretty epic mission or side quests to do, and then I'll finish up the rest of the game. Because I already did, but I found it was too confusing to do other than that. I spent like 15 minutes going through like a frick ton of saves. But yeah. You guys are scary. Use pest control that the cave is at. Stairs. Whoa, whoa. I'm gonna get some combat in here. It's also blocked. There's another one. I thought I'd clear this place out. One cool thing about this is that unless you're like really close to enemies, they'll just go after your companions, and luckily I have 2 to sacrifice. Actually, wait. That you were coming back to stay. With hopeful arms I waited for you. Must have lost your way. Dude, let's hope the legs, bro. I don't want no legs. There we go. Mantis. You need 12. I think I needed 12. It doesn't specify, which isn't cool. It should have specified at least.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
Mr.
empty.
New Vegas here. You're all so great, and we're gonna keep you listening all day. And now the news. The Black Mountain radio signal is back after a long absence. Listeners say the new programming is, quote, less for outcasts, more for weirdos. Also in the headlines, the influx of displaced residents to the refugee camp at Bitter Springs
The thing I hate
has caused a strain on rations.
is
NCR officials are asking for donations.
always talk like there's
That's the
people
news.
listening.
This is Mr. New Vegas filling in for Mr.
I know
New
there's
Vegas.
not.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next song goes out from me
I mean, I don't, because I honestly don't care that no one watches my streams. I think it's just fun to stream even if no one's watching. I don't know, there's just something about it. It's just like, hey, you're just playing, but then there's also the feeling that someone is there. But I don't think, because my setup currently, I don't have a second monitor to check like the back end of my streams, so I have to check everything on my phone. And when it says like someone's in the top chat, I think it usually just means that I am watching on my phone, which means I'm the only viewer. But yeah, I think, yeah, one of my streams is like one of my biggest videos. I think it was my second biggest video was one of my streams, because my biggest one is the one where one of my friends, he like sprays the camera with the thing. I think that's the biggest one, and then it was the first time I had a dislike that wasn't me, so that was pretty epic. I was pretty happy about that. I'll try hard, ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone try? But yeah, you know, like streaming is still fun. Like, I don't know why I get a kick out of it. Just like the thought that someone maybe is perhaps watching. I wouldn't know. I think one of my friends was watching my streams because she like typed in the chat, and I was like, oh, okay, pretty pog. Like, other than that, I don't know about anyone else that has watched my streams. So yeah, because I mean, like, videos get more views, but they take so much longer to make. But yeah, streams are like a lot easier to do, but you don't get as many views because of like how like long they are. So, I mean, what's the mantis forelegs, bro? I just want some mantis eggs. What's this place? Should I just get something from that? I hope I did. Nope, I just downloaded some research data. I've also been pretty torn about, because I love Fallout 4 and I love New Vegas. I've yet to play 3 yet, but I do have it queued up my Xbox. I'm not gonna stream it, but it could be an epic game I could play. But I'm torn because like the soundtracks for all of them are like they're super good. They're all crazy good. I love the Fallout 4 soundtrack, and then I love the New Vegas soundtrack. New Vegas' soundtrack is super epic as well. What? Nowhere near an elevator. Oh, was it like an upper floor? Yeah, that might be what it is. It's an upper floor. To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. A stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, a big iron on his hip. Oh my god, Rex. Okay, Rex is actually kind of stupid. Ow. Yep, just some more mantis foreleg, you know. Couldn't get any better than that. There we go, mantis egg. There's a frick ton over here, so this could be good. Some, you know, more mantis foreleg. Okay, here's one. Oh, okay. This is epic. One perk I really love that Fallout doesn't have is I guess I'm not that great at exploring, because one thing that's cool is there's a perk that allows you to unlock every single location, to know where every single location is. He just doesn't, like, you can't fast travel to them. So that's one thing we need to do, discover all those and see if I can get any quests from them. Okay, I need to go down the stairs or something. Rex is gaming. She need to find the elevator. Fallout's like really good lore. Fallout has incredibly deep lore. Just for each game, a lot of things cross over into each game. For example, the Brotherhood of Steel. Brotherhood of Steel. I think they've been in. Stupid. 8 hours should do. But yeah, Fallout has some incredibly deep lore. I think Fallout has some of the biggest lore, especially with the vaults and stuff. There's a YouTuber named Oxhorn. His videos are incredible, and he done one of my favorite Fallout stories is the story of Vault 11 is what I think it is. Vault 11. It's honestly such a crazy story. I can give you guys a quick recap. It's hard to recap, but basically,
welcome back, stranger. Do you have good work, stranger? Here's a compensation. I think. Bring me a dozen rad scorpion eggs. I'll see to it that you're rewarded fairly.
I don't know where.
The eggs I seek are not easy to find, stranger. Your best chances are in the mountains north of Good Springs and west from Quarry Junction. You've got yourself a deal. So long.
But basic story is any Fallout fans that are watching, one of the common what is known about Vault-Tec, the creator of the Fallout Vaults, is they are notorious for creating experiments, illegal experiments in the vaults. And I think they got away with it because after the bombs fell, no one cared about persecuting them. So one of my favorite vaults is Vault 11 because of how how sickening the story is. It's really, it's what they did to this one was just awful. So what basically happened was when the vault. Oh my God.
Those were our top stories.
When the vault was created, the main intent of this one was to have the overseer killed. I think it was every year or month, but I think it was month. Let me make sure there's not any whatchamacallums. Oh yeah, those guys. But the story of the tent, was to have the overseer killed every month as a sacrifice. And you mean oh, okay, just don't sacrifice anyone. But that's not that easy. It's Vault-Tec. So what happened was that the vault would automatically shut itself down if it didn't have a sacrifice. If there was no sacrifice for that, there's no sacrifice for the if there's no sacrifice given. Can I not pass this mountain range? That is actually stupid. Oh, it's bullcrap. But yeah, what's stupid about it? Yeah, so they would just shut off. They would just shut off like all supplies to the. Yeah, they would just shut off all supplies to the vault, and everyone would die. So they kept putting in overseer every month or so. And eventually they had a campaign, and this what's happening is leaders of like the political parties or the blocks, they wouldn't be allowed to be elected. So they were home free from the elections that they had.
Can't run from me.
So yeah, they wouldn't have to like. They wouldn't have to like, because it was election based at that point. They would take just like I think like bad people, and they would just have them run against each other. And then one of the candidates, Nathaniel, he was all against it. Like he hated this. Him and his wife were like really against this. And so what happened was, when his wife found out that he had been a nominee from a few of the blocks, she was fed up with it. Like she pleaded to not have her wife. She pleaded not to have. There's no enemies nearby. Oh, yes, there is. All right. Okay, they went away. Still here? No one's near.
The women of New Vegas.
But she was so upset about it, and she was like talking to the blocks.
Of course there is.
And she was like, "You gotta stop this. Like, is there anything I can do?" And then
It's the day we met.
they abuse her. There's nothing. Just like, you can't do anything. We're not gonna have you do anything. So what she did, she had this brilliant idea. It doesn't sound so brilliant when I first tell you, but at the end it'll sound brilliant. But what happened was, she started murdering just random civilians. She just started murdering random civilians in the vault, and they eventually caught her because if the civilians find someone who's really bad, then they'll vote them.
Welcome back, stranger. Do you have good news for the Thorn? Good. Here's a... I thank you, stranger. Bring me a dozen fire gecko eggs. This great challenge will earn you a... Fire geckos are among the Wasteland...
Okay, hold on, yeah, let me level up. But, so yeah, she started murdering, she murdered just random civilians, and they caught her for it. And they were all like, "Are you stupid? We caught you." And she's all, "Just wait." And they had no idea what was happening. But what they would do is, if someone was really bad, they would just be like, "Oh, no, like, tough choices. They were, like, just an awful person. Like, we can vote them overseer, and then they'll be killed. No one will, like, be upset about it." But what happened is, since they're overseer, they could start making rules and stuff. So what happened is, when she was elected, she created this new system that when they're elected, there's no election process anymore. It was just random civilians were picked by a number, and whoever's number was picked would become. So this eliminated having block like justice members not being elected, and since because it was semi-political for them, because they were like block leaders, but they would never be opted to be elected for the overseer position. But now she was getting her justice, and now everyone understood why she killed him. So she would be elected overseer, and she knew that she would die for this as the overseer's sacrifice. They would know that she would die for this, and she knew that she would die for this, but she changed the entire system. And it was just like one of those, like, "Ha, I got you. Like, you can't do anything about this." And they couldn't, because she was overseer. They can't convince her not to do it. And so block leaders and followers had, like, block party members and leaders had revolted. They just started like revolting in the What is that? Oh, it's fire geckos. What they did is they, so yeah, they just revolted. Like, when I was looking at the vault earlier, there was, like, guns and ammo everywhere, like, bodies, like, piled all over, like, the cafeteria in, Atrium. And so, if you find the password to the terminal, to, like... Oh, God. How is he, like, floating? Good God, how is he so good at this? But what happened was, yes, they revolted, and then towards the end, there was 5 people left. They kept doing it for like months and months until there were 5 people left. And so what? But if you find the as the courier, if you find, hold on, if you find the overseer's password to the terminal, it'll open up the sacrificial chamber, and you can go in, and you can, like, experience... And so, when I, you get text... But what happened, so yeah, if you can experience, like, the sacrifice. I saved my game. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I suck at telling stories, and it's just worse when I'm doing, like, playing. Ah! But yeah, what ended up happening, so yeah, and then there was about 5 people left, and they decided to, like, send a message to, like, the people in the, the people who were, like, controlling this activity. The 5 people that were left. What happened after that? So you can do the sacrificial thing, and it is possible to beat it. It's just a lot of robots and sentry guns that you have to eliminate. So once you've done that, you can open up the terminal. There's a terminal that you can find. So you can open up the terminal, and you can, like, override it and then get a message from it saying, like, congratulations, you have proven yourself to be a wonderful citizen and a shining example in your community. You have chosen not to send in a sacrifice, and we have some excellent news. There really was no plan to turn off the vault system. And I was, it was just horrifying, like, the big realization that you killed, like, all these people for, like, nothing. But I guess maybe you would have to, like, fend off all of them, and I guess a lot of people never tried fighting back? Like, no one ever thought to fight back? And so, I think this will be my last mission, then I'll hop off. It's kind of a short stream, but yeah, it was just like really like
Howdy.
It was just kind of like horrifying. What time is it? 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, it was just like really like, oh, they didn't need to die for that. Like when a vault tech's like most did like atrocious like experiments. And because at the beginning when you enter the vault, it's like, because you find 4 skeletons and a 10mm gun, and there's a security tape you can listen to. Hold on.
Welcome back, stranger. Good work, stranger. Here's a comp. I thank you, stranger. The Thorn's calling its elite hunters to collect one of its deadliest creatures. Find Night Stalker eggs, and your bravery will be greatly rewarded. Night Stalkers are amongst the most fearsome beasts you'll ever face. They're also hard to find, but I know of a nest at a cave near Bitter Springs.
But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. And that was that story. Oh, it's crazy. If you're more interested, you can just look into Oxhorn's video. But yeah, that was a very quick stream. Oh my God, my mic! Oh my God, my mic!